WUSA 9 Weather Impact Alert is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan.
Cold air will set the stage for snow on Wednesday and Thursday, and we're talking several inches of snow, enough to impact things like school closures and delays, and maybe have telework offered. Roads will become snow covered with this event. I'm Miri Marshall with this WUSA 9 Weather Impact Alert update. So let's dive into what's going to be happening. Here's this disturbance you can see coming through. This is Wednesday in the afternoon. You can see snow across the area. This will be pushing into the region. Some of the latest guidance on this particular system has shifted some of those heavier bands just ever so slightly south of D.C. It doesn't mean we're not going to still get impactful snow, but some of the totals for the immediate D.C. metro area, the projections have come back just a little bit, come down just a little bit. This is your early Thursday morning. You can see this system then pushing offshore and continuing to strengthen as it moves further up the East Coast, causing some snow and wind there as well. So we are still determining how much snow that we could see, but by the looks of this and just looking at the trends, at least 5 inches, obviously much higher in some areas, but that's going to be the entry fee for this particular system, 5 inches plus. So we know that's going to be impactful in the area. Now let's dive into more of what we can see and when. So here's your Wednesday. This is at 8:30 a.m. You can likely see maybe a few flurries here, but this really gets cranking out by Wednesday afternoon and evening. That's when we start to see some of the bigger impacts. So look at the GFS on this one and take a look. So here's your Wednesday. This is at about 12:50 in the afternoon. The darker the band, the darker blue here, that's going to be the heavier band of snow. So you can see the heavier snow starts in the afternoon. This is Wednesday by 5:45. Everybody's got flakes at that point. Roads that are not treated will begin to get snow covered because temperatures are going to be much colder on this day. We'll be hovering below freezing throughout the majority of the day. So this is at 5:45. You see those heavier bands, and this is what I'm talking about. Just south of D.C. here, where the heavier bands are, that's where we're likely going to see those higher snow amounts. And we've seen this. We're still looking at our long-range models, but even in some of the ensembles, they're starting to come together and showing this. So a little bit of agreement starting to come together here. This is your Wednesday, and Wednesday night, this is at 11 p.m. Still have snow falling across the area. Lots of moisture with this system. And then this is your Thursday at about 5:30 a.m. This should begin to push out by Thursday afternoon. When it's all said and done, we are going to see that snow add up. Now, let's talk about how much we could see. This is the GFS model, and it has been pretty consistent the last few days of trying to bring roughly 6-7 inches of snow around the metro. The range is going to be from 4 to about 8 overall, but you can see that along the eastern shore and along areas such as Ocean City and Salisbury, it's trying to bring much higher amounts, perhaps in those areas upwards of a foot of snow. So this is the GFS model. Now here is the Euro. This model has been the most robust out of all of them. This is the model that was trying to bring 24 to 25 inches of snow here a few days ago. Well, it's come back off that substantially. Now the range is from 4 to 12, still higher, obviously, than the GFS, but not to the tune of 2 feet of snow, which is welcome news, right? We don't want that much snow impacting roads and travel. That could be very, very hazardous around the region. But here's what we're looking at. This will be Thursday at 8:30. You can see that it does show that possibility of upwards of 12 inches of snow. This is going to depend on the track and where those heavier bands set up shop, because any slight jog in that system to the north or the south will impact how much some areas see. And the latest trends take some of these 12-inch bands of snow for accumulations and shift them a little further south. So we're going to continue to watch this trend. I am waiting on some more models, some of our shorter range models, to begin to weigh in on this, and that will help us determine a better outlook of how much snow we're going to see in certain neighborhoods. But bottom line, this is not going to be a dusting to an inch type of storm. This is going to be, as I mentioned, at least 5 inches or more. So we're going to issue a weather impact alert for this particular system. We issue it for life-threatening weather, even when there's nuisance weather or a dynamic weather situation. This falls definitely into those buckets, so that's why we're going to issue this. So the snow meter, what's it going to be? Is it possible? Is it a long shot? No, this is likely. Yeah, this is very likely. We've been watching this trend for quite some time, so I would start making my preparations. If you have kids and you know that the schools are going to close, I would start maybe trying to call around and see, make some arrangements for childcare if that's going to be a situation that you're going to be in. Perhaps your job will offer some telework so that you don't have to drive home in this, because by Wednesday morning you may be okay. By Wednesday afternoon, we are expecting more impacts there, and definitely by Thursday morning. So again, snow Wednesday through Thursday. We're still hammering out exactly which areas are going to see what, but my early outlook is at least 5 inches of snow, likely much higher than that for the entire range. Heavy snow at times across the area. Now, looking at your 7-day forecast, you've got temperatures right around 62 today, 40 on your Monday on President's Day, upper 30s for your Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. You can see those temperatures. This is why we'll get all snow instead of a mix on Wednesday. You've got temperatures below freezing. Some of us would be stuck at the 20s, so that's more than enough conducive environment to keep this as all snow. 33 on your Thursday with snow ending by Thursday afternoon, and we are looking a little bit drier for your Friday and Saturday with temperatures holding in the 30s, so colder temperatures sticking around.